My bloody hair, got a bit of hair sticking out. Right, okay, let's just bend it down a bit. Okay. Checking yourself out, Louis. Oh, there's people with dogs. I got to move away from the people with the dogs. Let's go over here. Right, so we're doing an upright live on this one. It's so lovely, guys. I could literally walk forever. I don't think my phone's got much charge in it, so I'm probably just going to keep going until my phone goes flat. So we're on Elvis Presley long lost footage. I did manage to post some really good footage of Memphis. Hi, Angie. I did manage on here to post all of Sean's videos. We've got Sean at Sundowners. They're Memphis, obviously Sun Studios, and then we've got the Memphian Theatre. Then we've got the Shell where Elvis performed for the first time. And there was another one, I'm trying to think what it was. Trying to remember. It'll come to me. So this is like an old derelict lorry station. Behind me is an old derelict lorry station. It's all been shut down and blocked off. And I don't know if you can see, it looks like it's snowing, yeah? Can you see how it looks like it's snowing? The trees, I don't know what the trees are called, are dropping bits of fluff. Do any of you know your trees? Any of you out there know your trees? They're dropping bits of fluff. It feels like it's snowing. Beautiful, you can't really see it, can you? Beautiful. I don't think you can see it. No, it's not showing it, I don't think, in the camera. Stunning. Stunning. Put it in the comments, guys, if you know what the trees are called. So yeah, I posted all of Sean's Memphis footage, which is so amazing. I'm so grateful to Sean at Sundowners. So I posted on all of the channels today that we were going to be trying to look into whether or not we can prove that Priscilla lies. I think I've really milked that cow. I think I've done loads of footage on that. We've just done a very interesting live stream on Elvis Presley Fan on Keto. We were discussing things like the salt tablets, whether or not Elvis needed salt tablets to sweat, which I think is complete bullshit. I've never believed it, but some people do believe it. And yes, it is in some books. Some books do say that Elvis needed salt tablets to sweat. I'm sorry, guys, I will never believe it. I've always thought it's bullshit. Elvis doesn't need salt tablets to sweat. Come on, let's get real. Just my opinion for entertainment purposes. So I did post a vintage video on here. Hi, Karen. I did post a vintage interview on here of Lisa Marie Presley being interviewed, which I thought was very interesting. She actually, you'll get a bit of shock horror, guys. It was 2005, and she actually says that she was getting on really well with her mum. So a few of you are going to be surprised by that. Now, it's 2005, so that what would have been the time when they were doing the deal to sell 85% of Elvis Presley Enterprises. And coincidentally, Priscilla was getting on very well with Lisa, even went on the tour bus with her, making her friends in her band, in Lisa's band, coffee. So yeah, work it out for yourselves, guys. What do you think? What do you think, guys? Was Priscilla brown-nosing Lisa to get her to sign that contract, those probably dozens of contracts, maybe hundreds of contracts, signing away 85% of Elvis Presley Enterprises, which you and me both know, guys, I think should never have happened. Should never have happened. If I could time travel back in time to 2005, I would have told Robert Silliman, go away, leave the Presleys alone. And I would have talked Lisa out of signing those contracts. Should never have happened, because obviously Lisa was involved in that process. I personally think Lisa was brainwashed to sign those contracts by her own mother, but that's just an opinion for entertainment purposes. I have no proof. I have no proof, wouldn't have. So, I'm just trying to see your comments, guys. So I've got 10 minutes before we get back. I just thought we'll keep going, see if the phone goes dead. But I tell you what, I'm amazed with this weather. Like, this weather is like, wow. Look, someone's broken down over there. Look, someone's broken down. See that? Interesting. Interesting. I find life in Weston-super-Mare, southwest UK, so interesting. Look, there's an old, look at this. Shall I show you here, guys? We'll have a little tour while we're here. So this is an old broken down lorry park for like a storage area for a supermarket, but it looks to me like it's gone bust, like it's closed down. Let me just show you it. You'll see behind me. Massive, absolutely enormous. You can't really tell from this video, but it's massive. It's like an airport. You could put an airport in that. That is how big it is. Yeah, guys? And it's all abandoned and closed down. Oops, shit, tripping on the dogs. All abandoned. Look, should we get a bit nearer to it? It's literally amazing. It's like, wow. Let me show you. It's like, it could be like an airplane hangar. Yeah, let me just show you. Can you see? Absolutely massive. You could store aeroplanes in that. It's that big. Just on my doorstep. Crazy. Look at that. See, guys? Crazy. Just unbelievable. Massive. You could build a whole housing estate on that. Oh, the weather is perfect. So I wish I had a hairbrush. Look at the state of my hair. The wind's actually dropping off a bit now. The wind's actually dropping off a bit now. It's too late now. I look like I've got a wig on. Doop ba doo doop zippity doo da zip. Right, hi Louis. So I've had quite a few. Guys, did you know that we've actually had quite a lot of subscribers? In the last few weeks, we've had 72 subscribers. 72, that's not bad, is it? So we must be doing something right. Has any of you noticed that on Defending Elvis Presley, we've had some new subscribers? We've even had a couple of YouTube channels join us. Matthew being one of them. Matthew at Hillbilly Cat. Matthew sent me a lovely letter. I've had some nice emails this week. I've had a couple of emails off Matthew at Hillbilly Cat. He even sent me something that he wants to put in his new book that's coming out soon, Matthew's new book. Hopefully it will be on Amazon. I've had Andrew Morenon has sent me a very detailed email describing to me what he thinks will be in Priscilla's new book. Yep, so Andrew Morenon, if you're there, thank you for that email. I have read it, a very long email. I have to fix that tyre on my riding lawn to cut the lawn first. Yeah, I've just done mine. Frederick, I've just mowed my lawn yesterday, I think I did it. So Andrew Morenon sent me what he thinks will be in the new book, in Priscilla Presley's new book. Guys, do any of you want to put in the comments what you think will be in Priscilla Presley's new book? Quite detailed. I mean, me and Andrew have slightly different views on Priscilla. And he is, let's go over here. He is a defender, yeah? Andrew Morenon is a defender, yeah? He absolutely adores Elvis. So does his lovely wife, yeah? And he calls her Priscilla sometimes. And his views are slightly different than mine on Priscilla. He thinks that Elvis and Priscilla were always in love, and that it was the problems they had in the relationship that was the problem. It wasn't that they weren't in love, it was that they made mistakes. So Andrew, I think, would clearly say that Priscilla was unfaithful, and Priscilla, you know, would go off and do her own thing. But Andrew will also say, of course, that that Elvis made mistakes. I don't think Andrew thinks that Priscilla was unfaithful. That Elvis was unfaithful. I think Andrew says that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Andrew says that he doesn't think Elvis was unfaithful. Obviously, many people are gonna probably disagree with that. But one thing that Andrew does do, he consistently says that they were in love from the beginning till the end, but just everything went wrong. I think that's what Andrew's really trying to say to me. That if the things that went wrong didn't go wrong, that there was true love there. I think Andrew believes that. I don't, yeah. So when Andrew sent me his very long email, which I appreciated, by the way, there was quite a few things in that email that I thought, I don't really agree with your point of view, even though Andrew is a defender. So I chose not to read it out. Now, what I may do, Andrew, in case you watch this, what I may do is pick out some parts of it and read out some parts of it. Even Hillbilly Cat Matthew has sent me some things. I think Matthew was a bit unlucky because I'm so busy on topics that I don't really have time to bring in new topics. Not really. I do, sometimes I do. So for me, it's like I wake up in the morning and I go, right, what topic shall I pick today? We're discussing how I run Defending Elvis, really, yeah? I wake up in the morning and I go, right, what topic am I going to do today? And it always ends up coming back to bloody Priscilla. So Andrew's topics are quite deep diving. They're quite deep. They really go into the history of not, when I say Andrew, not Andrew, Matthew. Matthew's Hillbilly Cat YouTube channel, which is very good, by the way. He takes a real deep dive into the ancestry of Elvis. It's not really what my channel's about, even though I do find it fascinating. I do. I actually find Matthew's stuff fascinating. Nostalgically, she probably feeds this to her children. It's hard to get inside someone's head. An old woman, Priscilla, might have some regrets. Do you know what, Frederick? I hope she has. Hi, Vincenzo. I hope she has got regrets. Because don't forget, one of the things that we've always pushed, I don't know if you know this, Frederick, we have always pushed for an apology from Priscilla. We've always done it. Even if you go back a year, I've always said, come on, Priscilla, give us an apology. Go on, do it, I dare you, that sort of thing. Let's get past here. Let's get going. Walking past people with my... Guys, I do get embarrassed. People walk past me and I'm holding a phone stick. I get embarrassed. I'm like, oh, there goes that guy with the bushy hair and the silly vest on, talking about Elvis and Lisa Marie. Talking about Priscilla. I don't understand why she keeps saying the story that Lisa Marie was at camp when Elvis died. When she, yeah. None of us understand it. None of us understand it. We did a live stream on it. Your guess is as good as mine. Anyone want to guess? Obviously, everyone's saying that she's senile or got dementia. I don't... Right, let's have a look. I don't think Priscilla has regrets the way she was talking at Lisa's book, signing, betting. Well, but you know, Karen, in fairness, remember, she is a human being, not a monster. In fairness, everyone has regrets. She may not have the regrets that we would like her to have, but everyone has regrets. Come on. Come on, everyone. Even dogs have regrets. What do you think, Karen? I know, Teresa, we know what you think. Come on, sometimes we just have to be a bit fair, yeah? Sometimes we have to just go, we have to put aside our strong emotions, and some of us have hate. We have to put that aside and be a bit fairer. Karen, you're funny. Well, on the Piers Morgan interview, she told him that she told Lisa about Elvis dying, obviously a lie. In Lisa Marie's book, Lisa Marie said she didn't want Priscilla to come to Graceland when her dad died. There's so many things at Vincenzo, there's so many things, isn't there? Yeah? We could talk all day about it, couldn't we? How can I've met a few women like Priscilla, yeah? Then obviously guys, you know my history. I was a DJ. I run businesses, a lot of businesses. With my twin brother, I was very successful, yeah? We made a lot of money when we were very young. So me and my twin brother, we got a lot of attention. And because I was a DJ and we were running bars and discos and restaurants and fast food businesses, we even had an amusement arcade. We had lots of flats and even some houses. My point is this. I got a lot of attention when I was a DJ. A lot of attention. Right until I met my wife. I was 36 when I met my wife, yeah? I met Priscillas. I met girls that were beautiful. But they had a heart, they had a stone heart. Do you get it, guys? Ah, it's okay, Karen. Do you get it, guys? Me and my twin brother, we had all the women after us all through our 20s and 30s. I met some very beautiful women. I met many women that had a heart of stone. So they were stunning to look at, but they were cold, they were calculating, they were just there for the money, they were just there for the free drinks, they were just there for the free meals, because me and my brother were very generous. We would shower people. Well, Carolyn, do you know what? I actually wasn't. Carolyn, you're going to be surprised, Karen. I actually wasn't. They thought I was. I was quite old-fashioned. I was very much, I want to get to know you, take you on a date, take you for a meal, meet your parents. I was very old-fashioned. But the girls, they were just out for a party. The girls were just out for fun. You get it? They wanted to get drunk with the DJ, with the good-looking twin. Yeah. So do you see my point? Yeah. I met girls that they were only there for what they could get, whether it be living with me buying them clothes, paying for everything, buying them food, paying for their lives. I would say I spent all of my 20s and 30s paying for girls' lives. And when I say that, I don't mean like prostitutes. I don't mean that. What I mean is that we were very wealthy. We were running nightclubs and bars and pubs. So we were surrounded by girls. Now my point is, some of these girls were just out for what they could get. Now me and my brother were very different. Me and my brother, we wanted, I know you were kidding, Carolyn. Me and my brother just wanted a girlfriend to love us. You get it? We did want to settle down. Me and my twin brother wanted to settle down, yeah? So we met quite a few wrong girls. We met quite a few girls that treated us very badly, that were unfaithful, that were taking our money, that were taking advantage of us. They were just there for what they could gain. Some of them had a problem with drugs. Many of them had a problem with alcohol. You get it, guys? I see Priscilla in that way. I see Priscilla as one of the girls that were just out for what she could get. And I think, yeah, no, I did. I met my wife and everything changed. My wife, I was 36 when I met her, so everything changed. She was 22. Everything changed. But my point I'm trying to say is, that Priscilla is that person. Quite cold, quite hard, quite tough. Out for what she could get. Very ambitious, very needy in the way of possessions, you know, a nice house, a nice car, wanted to party, wanted to get drunk. Some of them wanted to take drugs, wanted someone to pay for everything, clothing, food, etc., jewelry, gifts. You get it, guys? And I see Priscilla in that light. I see that Priscilla is like the girls that I met before my wife that were just out for what they could get. And that's how I see Priscilla. So when people talk to me about Priscilla, I always think about that. I always think, right. Yeah, cold, no affection, not loving. Me and my brother are very loving and caring and like generous and we're very soft, yeah? So we easily get talked around, we give in to things. We can't say no to our kids. Do you see my point? My wife always gets away with me when it comes to most things. So this is how I see Priscilla, that she was the bad girl, the girl that had a different motive, had different intentions. It wasn't about love. It wasn't about being married, having children. It was more about what she wants. And I think Priscilla, as an older woman, so after she left Elvis, yeah, still very young, by the way, I see that. I see that every man that Priscilla chose was, what could she get from that man? How could that man benefit her life? Yeah? So if you look at her list of boyfriends, you'll get the feeling that every boyfriend had a reason, had a motive. Yeah? You know, the men are very predictable. They fell for her beauty. She was probably quite charming, had a nice figure. Men are quite shallow. They fall for the basic stuff. I don't think it was until they get to know Priscilla, that she's very cold and ambitious, that they get to see the real Priscilla. So for example, Mike Stone, he was completely used and abused. Do any of you agree with that? When I watch Mike Stone's interviews, I always think she really runs circles around you. Mike Stone, this massive karate champion, yeah? I always think she bloody used you. She dropped you like an old rock, yeah? And I actually think Mike Stone was deeply in love with Priscilla. And I think he really fell for her. I think Mike Stone was even infatuated with her. And I think she had such an effect on him, which is why he left poor Frances Stone, his wife, who was pregnant, and his little girl, who was 3 or 4. I think the average person would not have fallen, in Mike Stone's circumstances, would not have fallen for Priscilla. But I think Priscilla was so stunning, and the fact she was Elvis's wife, he was so flattered that Priscilla liked him that he couldn't say no. Honestly, I think Mike Stone couldn't say no. You get it, guys? She really did completely wreck his life. I don't think Mike Stone's ever picked up the pieces from what Priscilla did to him. The wreckage of his life, losing 2 children, losing a beautiful wife, because Frances was lovely. Frances Stone, who forgave Priscilla. Did you know Frances Stone forgave Priscilla very, very quickly? Did you know that Priscilla had befriended Priscilla and was a friend of Frances Stone, Mike Stone's wife, and they were having meals together, going shopping together, going to tournaments together. Priscilla really did con Frances Stone into thinking she was a lovely person. But secretly, Priscilla was sleeping with Mike Stone, her husband, behind Frances Stone's back whilst Frances Stone was pregnant. So I don't think it gets worse than that, does it, guys? I agree, Gladys would have changed everything, Teresa. So you get where I'm going, guys. In some ways, I see Mike Stone as a poor victim. When I watch Mike Stone's interviews, I do find him very arrogant. But I also feel sorry for him. I also think you were completely effed. Capital F. You were completely effed over by Priscilla. Your whole life, Mike Stone's whole life, was completely ruined by Priscilla, and I don't think Mike Stone ever picked up the pieces again. Now, this may have also happened to Marco Garibaldi Garcia. Where is he? He's disappeared. It's said that he signed an NDA, isn't it? What happened to Marco Garibaldi? Did you get me, guys? Where is he? How many of Priscilla's boyfriends do we never hear of again? They go completely quiet because probably all of them sign NDAs, yeah? Non-disclosure agreements. You get it, guys? So, never underestimate Priscilla Presley. She's capable of some serious wrongdoing. Serious. With all her boyfriends. Yeah? She's out for what she can get, even at 79 years old. This woman that is spending her life still trying to make more money, still very ambitious, very career-minded. Never underestimate that woman. Anyway, guys, I might come back for one more live stream on Defending Elvis. Thanks for the chat. I've really enjoyed it. Take care, guys. Gotta go. All the best to you. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me, guys. Love you all.